speaker will share with us Fab Labs in Action, Accelerating Inclusive Innovation in the Regions. Our speaker is currently the Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension in MSU-IIT, where she also earned her degree in physics. She then proceeded to UP Diliman for her doctorate in the same field. Her research topics range from the areas of theoretical, computational, mathematical, statistical, and quantum physics. Wow. Since then, she has produced quite a number of publications in international journals. She is also involved in the development of facilities such as the Technology Business Incubator and the Fab Lab at her home institution. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension, MSU-IIT Fab Lab, Mindanao, to share with us Fab Labs in Action, Accelerating Inclusive Innovation in the Regions. Please, a round of applause to Dr. Jinky B. Bornales.
Okay, good morning everyone. To the DOST officials who are here, good morning. So I'm Jinky Bornales from Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology. I would like to thank the organizers for giving us this opportunity to share with you what we have done so far at Fab Lab Mindanao. Now, just a brief info about MSU-IIT. It is one of the 11 satellite campuses of the Mindanao State University system, and it is the flagship campus for science and technology of the MSU system, and we just turned 50 years old last year. So we have around 560 faculty members and composed of 7 colleges. Now, in terms of Center of Excellence and Center of Development, we have a number of Center of Development and Center of Excellence recognized by the Commission on Higher Education. And all the 4 departments of our College of Science and Mathematics have been recognized as Center of Excellence by CHED. And in terms of the number of COEs and COED, we rank number 6 in the country. And MSU-IIT is one of the 8 Philippine universities who landed in the top 500 universities in Asia by the QS ranking. Now, talking about building an innovation ecosystem. So it is a complex task in a complex setting. If you want to accelerate inclusive innovation in the region, it is indeed a complex task. When we try to look at our complex setting, on one side we have to consider the different priorities and programs of our government. We also have to consider the different national and regional needs. And on the other side, we have to also consider the different interactions of the different stakeholders and their capability to network. And at the center of all these things, as an academic institution, we have to seriously look at our capability and readiness for research and innovation. And it is indeed a complicated task. And one of them, one of the most painful, is the development of strategy and, of course, adaptive management to embrace the different challenges. Now, so building an innovation ecosystem or accelerating inclusive innovation in the region is, for me, a social process. And as an academic institution, we have a very important role to play. If we try to zoom in our responsibility, there at the heart of every academic institution is knowledge creation. And at the core of knowledge creation is innovation. So at MSU-IIT, we try to somehow build a sustainable culture of innovation. And we try to consider 3 major items, and that is human resources, programs and policies, and infrastructure. And the interplay of these 3 different major items should produce at the end of the day innovation in research and extension, innovation in instruction, and at the end of the day we will be able to produce, and as an academic institution, an innovation-ready workforce, and intellectual capitals or knowledge generators. Now at MSU-IIT, in terms of infrastructures, we have a number. We have the Premier Research Institute for Science and Mathematics, where we have the core program, which we dub as D3NP. the discovery, delivery, and development of natural products. And we have also the Technology Business Incubator. It's the first TBI in Mindanao funded by DOST. Thank you, DOST. And we have our Knowledge Technology Transfer Office, which we are going to inaugurate October 4. And we have the Negosyo Center of DTI housed inside MSU IIT. And we have the Fab Lab, Mindanao, which is also housed at MSU IIT. So this is the first Fab Lab in Mindanao funded by DOST and DTI. Okay, now 3 years ago we have launched the Fab Lab Mindanao, and so there we have Yusek Maglayan of DTI, and we have the Regional Director of DTI Region 10, we have RD Bunyao, and we have RD Alamban, and we have our very own Chancellor Tanggol on that day where we launched the Fab Lab Mindanao. And it is a shared service facility of DTI, it's a common service facility of DOST, and we were acknowledged and recognized as Innovation Hub by the United States Department through their GISD program. And we are registered Fab Lab of the Fab Foundation of Massachusetts Institute Center of Atoms, Bits and Atoms. Okay, now as in any Fab Lab in itself has a lot of charms. And Fab Lab Mindanao also has a charm in itself. So the Fab Lab Mindanao serves as a technology access center. It also serves as a training provider. It also serves as a service bureau. And it also serves as an incubation hub of the different, it closely collaborates with our TBI. So in short, the Fab Lab in itself, the Fab Lab Mindanao, it promotes creativity and innovation. So we have several Fab programs. We call it Fab Ships program. And one of them is the Fab for Science. You know, when we have the Fab Lab, it's a very potent tool potent platform for collaboration. It's very natural. And we have Fab Science, we have these different programs here. Create Eve, for example. So we organized this event some 3 years ago, and we conducted this event during the month of March in celebration of the National Women's Month and the International Women's Month. So we encourage women entrepreneurs, those women who want to be entrepreneurs, to also explore the Fab Lab, what Fab Lab can do for them to enhance their businesses, and to make some innovations. And we also have this Fab Barangay. Also like this Fab Barangay, we know when we talk about innovation, it's not an exclusive thing. It's not for researchers, it's not only for innovators, but it's for everybody. We have, if you want to seriously build a sustainable culture of innovation, then we have to reach the entire spectrum. We have to reach the small kids and the out-of-school youth as well. So this Fab Barangay, we created this Fab Barangay with the intention also to help the out-of-school youth. Because we know these out-of-school youth have also talents themselves. So we want to unleash those talents, and the Fab Lab Mindanao provides that space. We also have this Fab Health, for example. We're talking about those 3D printed medical, what you call that? Being presented by the earlier speaker, so it's amazing. So it's so amazing. And when we talk about innovation, so collaboration is very important. Innovation is not a loner's endeavor. They say that one is too small to achieve greatness. And as an academic institution, we want to expand that space of collaboration. For me, that space of collaboration is a sweet spot because in that space, great things can happen. So we try to reach the different segments in the society. So it doesn't distinguish whether you are old or young. So we try to reach the students, the researchers, the innovators, the hobbyists, and also the MSMEs. So in terms of numbers, we have these numbers for the past 3 years. We were able to serve almost 300 MSMEs. And I tell you, before the Fab Lab came into our lives, we haven't reached this number. Like, we haven't reached even 100 MSMEs. But the Fab Lab provides us a platform to reach these MSMEs. It's very natural. It's very natural. And we were able to serve almost 5,000 students, almost 300 researchers and visitors, those who like to do benchmarking. And we conducted once this Fab Lab for all ages, just to show to the community that we don't discriminate anybody, but if you have a creative idea, then Fab Lab is for you. So, in terms of like uplifting the lives of the local community, in some of our programs, we have the Summer Tech Camp programs. As what I have said earlier, when we talk about innovation, it should not be exclusive. So, if you want to be sustainable, then we have to start early. So we have the Summer Tech Camps. It runs for 2 months. And you can see the transformation of the kids from just simply playful to just playfully creative. And we have one student before, in our first year run of this program, an autistic student. And his mother was very, very happy that we have this program because he can see the change of attitude of his kid. So Fab Lab is not only for those who have advanced innovation thinking, but also for kids, those kids that we can promote or cultivate their creativity and innovativeness. Now, as we all know, we are very close to Marawi City. We are only less than 40 kilometers from Marawi City. And we have these internally displaced people. So what would we do to them? So we conducted this Fabricating Resilience, where the participants are those internally displaced people. And you can see that their eyes widen. They are very much enthusiastic in trying to learn 3D printing, digital fabrications. And this is part of our Building Resilient Community program at MSU IIT. And then, of course, we don't forget our retirees and senior citizens. So, if you organize an event where you introduce to them the Fab Lab, you don't anymore have the time to speak. They will want to speak every single minute. So, that's also a fun thing to do. And not only Fab Lab provides this avenue for creativity and innovativeness, the Fab Lab Mindanao also helps develop a talent pool of digital fabrication professionals. We have this internship program, where we encourage graduating students or those students who have already graduated and don't have work yet to stay in our lab. They will be trained, and in return, they have to train somebody. So it's a kind of pay it forward. They don't pay anything, but they should train somebody. So far, we have six interns that are already being deployed to the different parts in the country. And in fact, we have one here, Kenneth, who is already employed at the Philippine Science High School, Diliman, and also we have one at Puzzle Box, AJ. So, it also enhances the resource extension and innovation programs of MSU IIT. Okay, so if you try to look at these numbers, so you can see that our reach to the community is really improved. And we have several prototypes that our students have made. For example, this Tarentic, they shipped this to Singapore last year to compete in the Eco Marathon Shell Eco Marathon. And we have this project of the engineering students, where they also participated in Singapore. And then some of these projects that have been assisted by the Fab Lab. And then it is strongly, Fab Lab in itself will really help in establishing a sustainable culture of innovation. Like for these different programs that we have, we never had such, I would say, a wider reach before Fab Lab came in our lives. And if you try to look at the 17th Sustainable Development Goal, Fab Lab is a very, I would say, potent tool in addressing, if not all, majority of this. Like, for example, if you talk about gender equality, we have this program, Create Eve, to at least address this gender equality. And then, peace and justice, address the internally displaced people. So many things can be done through Fab Lab. And in closing, I want to say that higher education institutions can play an active role in supporting, sustaining, developing, and promoting innovation in society. Given the right infrastructure, given the right mindset, we can do greater things. Good morning.